Hey everybody, welcome to topic number 8, least common multiples. So what is a least common multiple? The least common multiple of two or more counting numbers is the smallest number that all the given counting number can go into. So what that means is, for example, here I got 40 and 75. So my answer, the least common multiple, is going to be the smallest number that 40 and 75 can go into. Okay, so 40 and 75 together can go into a lot of different numbers, but my answer will be the smallest one out of all of them that 40 and 75 can go into. So to find the least common multiple or finding the least common denominator, which is the same thing, we use the same technique. We can use our prime factorization to break down the numbers. Then we can account the repeated and the non-repeated factors between all the numbers. So the way I'm going to count, okay, the repeat and non-repeated numbers is actually in the middle of the process. So basically, um, the way I show you how to do the prime factorization, I'm basically gonna do the same thing but with two numbers. So back in the prime factorization, I think we put our numbers inside the upside down division. So I'm gonna put my 40 and 75 inside this upside down division. On the outside, I'm gonna find me a prime number that can go into both of these at the same time. Okay. So 5, it will be the obvious choice. 5 will go into 40 8 times. 5 will go into 75. I believe it's 15 times. Okay. Now I need to find me a number on the outside that can go into both of them. Okay, prime numbers. So the answer here is no. I cannot find a number on the outside that can go into 8 and 15. So when you cannot find a number on the outside that can go into both of these, then do one at a time. Okay, I'm going to do 8 first. 8, I'm going to use 2. 2 go into 8 is 4 times. 2 cannot go into 15, so we write it down. Keep going. 2 go into 4 2 times. 2 cannot go into 15, so write it down. All right, try it. 2 will go into 2 1 time. 2 cannot go into 15, write it down. Okay, we keep on breaking it down. All right, now the only number can break down 15 is 3 and 5. So 3 cannot go into 1, so copy it down. 3 go into 15 5 times. And 5 can go into 5 1 time. 5 cannot go into 1, so copy it down. So when you see 1 and 1 down here, you're done. So all the numbers, all the factors on the outside multiplied together will be my least common multiple. Okay, so my least common multiple will be 5 times 5 times 2, 3 times 3. Okay, 5 times 5 is 25, right? 2 times 2 times 2 is 8 times 3. So 25 times 8. All right, 25 times 8. This is 40, carry 4. 16, 8 times 2 is 16 plus 4 is 20, 220. So 25 times 8 is 200 times 3 will be 600. So 600 will be the answer. So 600 is the smallest number that both 40 and 75 can go into. Okay. The next one that 40 and 75 can go into will be 1200, right? Just twice as big as 600. All right, try again. So we can use prime numbers or we can use any numbers here, okay, to break down our numbers. But the technique here is to try to break it down both number at the same time. So here I can use 2 that can go into both 20 and 40. 5 can go into both 20 and 40. Or I can use 10 that can go into both 20 and 40. Even though 10 is not a prime number, but here, here we are using the technique of prime factorization to break it down. So the sooner we can break it down, the better. Okay, so I'm going to use 10. which will give me 2 times and 4 times. All right, find me a number on the outside. Can go into both of these at the same time. That will be 2. 2 go into 2 one time, 2 go into 4 2 times. Okay, so I'm going to do this problem slightly different than the previous one. So here, find me a number on the outside that can go into both of them at the same time. So if you don't have it, then you can stop. All right, so that means all the numbers on the outside multiplied together will be my least common multiple. That'll be 10 times 2 times 2, which is 40. So this example shows you that the LCM will either equal to or be larger than the 2 given numbers. Okay, so the 2 given number is 20 and 40. So my LCM can either be larger or the same as one of the 2 given numbers. All right, so here, back to this example, when I get to the second step where find me a number on the outside that can go into both of them, when I cannot find it, then I technically could stop it there because it will be the same answer. If I stop it here, then all the number on the outside multiplied together will be my answer. All right, so think about it. 5 times 15, excuse me, 5 times 15, all right, is 75, right? So 8 times 75, okay, 8 times 5 is 40, carry 4. 8 times 7 is 56, plus 4 is 600. So I'll give you the same answer. All right, 3 numbers. Okay, 3 numbers means at the beginning, you're trying to find a number that can go into all 3 of them. You can never use 1. It's got to be anything other than 1. All right, when you cannot find 1, then you go 2 at a time. Any 2 numbers on the, trying to find a number on the outside can go into any 2 of them. So right now, between 3, 5, and 9, there's no number can go into all 3 of them. So let's do 2 at a time. If I go 2 at a time, I can do 3 and 9. Using 3 go into 3 one time, 3 go into 9 3 times. 3 cannot go into 5, so we copy it down. So again, on the outside, find me a number can go into any 2 of them. The answer is no, you don't have it. So then you can stop and multiply all the numbers on the outside together. So that'll be 3 times 5 times 3, which is 9 times 5, 45 will be the answer. So that means 45 is the smallest number that 3, 5, and 9 can all go into. So we do this in a way to kind of set us up to find the least common denominator. All right, between 10, 15, and 35, I can use a 5 first. So that'll be 2 times, 3 times, and 7 times. Okay, find me a number on the outside that can go into 3 of these. No, don't have it. Find me a number on the outside can go into any 2 of these 3 numbers. Within 2, 3, and 7. No, you don't have it. All 3 of them are prime. So only individually can go into itself. So you can stop it here and then multiply all the number on the outside. So that will be 5 times 2, which is 10. Three times 7 is 21. 10 times 21 by the multiple of 10, by the power of 10, this is going to be 210. Right? Okay, so this is how we actually find the least common multiples. All right, comparing fractions. So when we comparing fractions, what we want to do first is to find the least common denominator. Then change each fraction into an equivalent fraction with the LCD. Okay, then we just compare the numerators. So when 2 fractions are kind of close or you're not familiar with them, then what you can do is find the LCD first. So 7 over 10 versus 8 over 15. All right, so what's my LCD between 10 and 15? Well, let's give it a try. I'm not quite sure. I think it's 30. So if you know it's 30, you can go ahead and do 30. So I'm going to use 5 to go in to break down both of them, 2 and 3. All right, there's no number on the outside can go into both 2 and 3 at the same time. So we can stop it and multiply all the number on the outside. So this is 5 times 2 is 10. 10 times 3 is 30. So LCD is 30. So step number 2 says change each fraction into an equivalent fraction with LCD. What that means is we're going to increase. So since we increase our denominator, then we also got to increase our numerator. So the first denominator was 10. Now it's 30. So it's actually got increased 3 times as much. So if my denominator got the times by 3 to become the new 30, then my numerator 7 will times by 3, which is 21. 15 become 30 times by 2. 15 going to 32 times, numerator times by 2, which is 16. So now I compare the numerator. 21 is bigger than 16. So 21 comes from 7 over 10. So 7 over 10 is the bigger fraction. All right. So let's try between 36 and 24. As for denominators. So 36, 24. One number can go into both of them. I can use 2. I can use 3. I'm going to use 6, right? Because if 2 can go into it, 3 can go into it, that means 6 can go into it, right? You know, the divisibility by 6. So 6 go into, or I can use 12, 2. 6 go into 36 6 times. 6 go into 24. 4 times. I'm going to use 2, okay? 2 go into 6 3 times. 2 go into 4 2 times. So since there's no number can go into both 3 and 2, I just multiply all the numbers on the outside. So my LCM, this is 3 times 2 is 36. Excuse me, 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 36 times 2 will be 72. Let me show you a trick. You see that 36 right here and the 36 right here? 36 will go into 72 how many times? 36 going to 72 2 times. So numerator times by 2, that will be 20. All right. 24. 24. You see right here, 6 times 2 times 2 is 24 because 4 times 6 is 24. 24 will go into 72 how many times? 3 times. All right, 7 times 2 is 21. So 21 is bigger than 20. And this fraction on the right comes from 7 over 24. So this is a bigger fraction. All right, so just real quick, showing you how to find the least common multiple or LCD, and use the concept of an LCD to comparing our fractions. All right, that will conclude this video. Thank you for watching.